roll.
Chairman Cicconetti.
Present.
Trustee Hilliard. Trustee Pennock.
Present.
Fiscal Officer Patriarca.
Present.
Okay. I need a motion to approve the minutes from the May 7, 2024 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We did it on purpose, I think.
Was that Tiffany? We already approved the minutes for that one?
What?
The TIF meeting.
Yes.
I couldn't remember if that was in between the
Hey,
last
Sean.
meetings.
After the meeting, this one's not working.
When was that meeting?
Does yours work?
Okay, it was
I'll
okay.
try
All
that.
right, summary of the work session,
Why don't you
please.
trade with me?
Today we discussed the CDBG application that is going to the commissioners that you guys are going to talk to them about. Chief Deputy Izzo is here to discuss the part-time patrol coverage that we have in the township in addition to the regular full-time coverage that we provide. And then we discussed the Grand River Fire billing and the lateness of that. Fire Chief discussed the promotion ceremony that happened last week, the entry exam numbers, and the upcoming event at the Mortley Library, Touch It Truck thing that they are having. Service Director discussed their Wintergreen Stormwater project updates. It's 50% complete. And adding Army Circle chip seal repavement for this season. Haddon Park playground and pickleball updates. We hired 2 new employees. One of them started this week. The other one will start next week. And we discussed an additional sign on Richmond Road. Planning and Zoning discussed Mantle Road, possible rezoning request. Assisted living inquiry, request to rezone some property on Jackson, and then the property maintenance regulation will be on first reading today. Oh, and we also went into executive session twice under Ohio Revised Code 121.22. First time to discuss an application for economic development assistance, and the second one was to discuss employee discipline within the fire department.
Okay, thank you. Any old business from the floor? Okay. Any new business is public portion if you came to speak. This is, yes, we just ask you come to the lectern, state your name and your address for the record, please.
Sure. My name is Danielle Pearson. My address is 121 Deerfield Drive in Painesville Township. I came to propose that we have this really great new park, the Angelo Cicconetti Memorial Park off of Bow Hall Road. It has been an amazing park so far, and we love it. And we've been talking about making it even better by providing potential shade structures for the benches for the parents that are watching their kids on the playground to make it more comfortable for them, but also maybe it could be aesthetically pleasing as well. Potentially like a standing seam with some posts, picture like even a fancy grill cover, and to see how we can make that work budget-wise, or potentially working with the community to raise money by events, that kind of thing, to make that happen. And somebody else brought up something about drinking fountains as well, because I always bring drinking water everywhere I go, so I didn't think about the fact that we don't have a water drinking fountain for either pets or people, and that's another potential thing for that park as well, that we can almost work together to raise money for that and have that installed. I was talking to a couple of park playground companies to look at pricing for that. I'm waiting on responses for that, like Playground USA, and then there's another one locally. So they're very busy right now.
Yeah.
The time. So yeah, I'm still working on that. Samantha, and then Sarah, and then Jake is another guy I'm talking to through them, just so we can get an idea on pricing. But we have a lot of companies out there that know how to do it, so it might be another opportunity for sponsorship.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we're hoping to work for that to make it even better, because it's really the best part.
And then just for the
Walkable.
for the record, you did send us the email with some photos and everything, so that definitely helped kind of
just
prep
ideas.
us to.
My first thought was I came from a plant family. My dad is a landscaper, but he does hardscapes now too, and then building structures. So my first thought was like, oh, Dad, we could just do this. We can find out if we can just do this. And then I'm thinking, no, let's make it a community-wide thing, not just like a me, I. Let's make it we, and then we can all take care of it together.
And I know Chuck had responded to your emails, but
Yes.
anything we can do to make our parks better and the community
Yeah.
who uses them
Yeah.
sharing what they feel makes them a better place
Oh yeah.
is definitely something to consider. One thing I want to share with you when it comes to funding though is most of the improvements, for instance, that park. I don't know if you know the history of that park, but that park is fully funded from outside funds. Lubrizol donated $80,000. My dad donated close to 13, and I donated some to build that. So everything we put there has come from outside funding.
I'll even add to the sidewalk piece that's new. That was outside funding as well.
Right.
So that's if we do improvements to these parks, kind of been our mission to provide these things and find ways to fund them without using tax dollars, right? So we're always open to suggestions and improvements. It's just a matter of, like you mentioned, how do we fund that and where do we get that money from? So, I mean, it's something that if the money is there, then it would definitely be something we could explore. But it's a matter of finding that money to pay for them.
Right. Well, and then the permit process that goes into that and making it even possible. I mean, I want to make
Well, with being our park and our ownership, there's
It's a lot easier.
Yeah. It's not. We're not worried about that part of it. It's the money that's is the issue. The permitting is not a problem at all. It's
No, that's great.
it's a money thing. So if we can figure out a way to come up with that money to start exploring. So I think the first thing would be the options, pricing them out, and then we know, all right, we need to raise 20,000 or 40,000, whatever it may be, to build these structures. Then everybody can start putting their heads together and find funding to do that.
Right.
So, I think that would be the first step. Is like you say, you have once you get that information, you could share it, so we at least have an idea, and then we can put our heads together and find out if there's a way to get somebody to contribute or donate or.
Right, exactly, and even community-wide, a popsicle party, and we all come together, a lemonade party, that kind of
Right.
thing, so that then the money is coming from us because we want it.
Sure.
So, but then it is possible. So I'm not like collecting money for something that can't even happen.
Right, yeah.
So I don't want to be that person that gets money and then like, oh, well, we don't have anywhere to put this then now.
And just to give you an example, we just secured additional funding to put in a swing set there from an outside. Two outside companies are going to split the cost to put a double swing set with a child swing on the side. So that'll be going in later this year as well.
Nice.
So
Okay, so it's happening.
yeah.
Okay, so potential and possible with the right funds.
Yep.
Yes.
So I guess next step, once you start to gather more information, send it to us, and then we can consider.
Okay.
And then we look at that is that enough to provide shade throughout the day, depending how wide the roof is, or what other options are out there, because we want to make sure if we're putting it up, the example we discussed was you put up a canopy tent, right, and that's good from 11 to 1, but when it's at 3 and the sun's over here, you have to sit
Right.
back here to get the shade. You don't even sit under the tent.
Right.
So we got to make sure if we're doing something like that, it actually serves the purpose that you want it to achieve, right? So we have to look at the designs of that to make sure if we go down this avenue and start exploring options, that it will actually provide the relief from the sun that you parents are looking for when you're sitting out there. So
But and still be aesthetically pleasing.
exactly. Well, yeah, that's the key.
There's a lot of things out there, but
Yeah, right, exactly.
the thing that's gonna actually look the best for the park.
All right, so yeah, I mean, I think we're open to the idea and start, like I said, once you gather more information, if you want to share it with us, and then we can kind of go from there.
Yeah. So funding to start.
Yeah.
Funding.
Well, I would think first let's find out what we want to do.
Okay.
So, like you said, don't want to fundraise without an actual goal and plan in mind.
Yeah.
So let's find out options. I think is
Okay.
most important
So
of what,
keep talking with these playground installers.
and then we can look at options of what would work, and then we know, okay, we want these two types that are just throwing numbers out. $5,000 each. Now we know the number we have to, our thermometer we have to fill is $10,000. So.
I like the perspective.
Yeah.
Right.
The thermometer.
But I think we don't want to get the cart before the horse with fundraising before we realize what we're fundraising for. So,
Sure.
okay.
Yeah, makes
All right.
sense.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll be in touch.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Any other new business from the floor? All right. Hearing none. Lake County Sheriff's Office.
And you're free to, stick around if you want. We won't be much longer. Or if you want to leave,
It's up to you.
you're more than welcome to stay. I don't want to chase you out by any means.
Okay,
but-
thank you. I'm enjoying this kid-free moment.
Okay.
Yeah. You
Not a lot of
came
truth
into
in that
one of
one,
our
right?
shortest meetings too.
Yeah.
Sorry. It seems.
We'll try to drag it out for you.
Yeah,
but-
you're on. I think.
All right, Sheriff's Office, the month of April for Painesville Township, we covered 1,517 calls for service. Under traffic, we had 6 injury accidents, 12 property damage accidents, 47 citations were issued, 402 warnings. We had 21 arrests, 4 of those were warrants, 3 of them were OVI related. One of those OVIs was an accident on Richmond Road, one vehicle accident where the driver was transported for injuries, non-life-threatening. Cover some of the notable arrests. On April 10th, we responded to Pepper Tree Apartments for a large family disturbance. Apparently at some point, a family member arrived at the location and threatened a female with a firearm. And upon his departure from that complex, as a passenger, the vehicle fired shots outside the vehicle. We put that investigation into play and caught up with the suspect. Actually, was hiding out in another county, so we did make an arrest of him in Mayfield Heights. He was in a residence in Mayfield Heights, and he is facing charges of weapons under disability, kidnapping, aggravated menacing, discharging a firearm from the motor vehicle. Some of the other arrests we did, we checked on a disabled vehicle on Route 2, and the occupant took off on foot, and he went down the embankment into the city on foot, and we worked immediately with Painesville City officers and did locate the male. He had felony warrant, which presumably is why he was running, and we charged him also with obstruction and drug paraphernalia, which he was in possession of. On Madison Avenue, we attempted to make a traffic stop, and the vehicle did not stop, and eluded the deputies, and actually at some point went up on the right of way on the railroad tracks. And we caught up with him, and he was charged with obstruction and trespassing with the railroad. He also had warrants. We arrested a male for concealed carry weapon law. It was improper transportation of that firearm from a traffic stop. We had an adult female that was arrested as a result of the traffic stop for possession of 3 grams of meth, actually over 3 grams of meth, cocaine, and drug paraphernalia. We had an arrest of a male from Robin Hood Avenue for criminal trespass. He was in a shed. He had a prior criminal trespass orders issued to him to stay away from that residence. He was arrested. A juvenile was arrested for domestic violence and assault on Bohall Road. An adult male was arrested for obstructing official business as a result of a traffic stop on Route 2. We had an arrest at Painesville Commons, criminal damaging. There was an intoxicated male that was actually breaking windows from one of the storefronts. We had a female that was arrested for an attempted abduction and over at Avenue Mobile Estates. Mother looked out the window where her kids were playing directly outside her trailer unit, and a woman unknown to her was leaving the area with carrying her small child. She was arrested. We had an arrest for a male with, this was again from a traffic stop, that was possessing illegal mushrooms, and it covers most of the arrest. We want to caution the residents as well, something that's been coming up this week. Monday morning we took a report over on Everett of a garage that was entered and the vehicles were entered. The victim was missing their handgun from the vehicle and cash as well. So we have an active investigation on that. And this morning we come in, to multiple reports of vehicles that have been gone through in that same area, Everett, Lish, Garfield. So again, we just caution everybody to remove valuables from your vehicles and obviously secure the vehicles. And finally, we wish everybody a safe Memorial Day weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So the vehicle entries, are those forced, or are they on vehicles that are unlocked, and are they not breaking windows, or?
That I don't know. but they were still out,
Okay.
at the scene.
Oh, okay.
They do have a suspect from this morning, on those cases, they're investigating a suspect currently. It's just a matter of whether we're gonna be able to tie them to Monday's
Related,
incident to the
right.
firearm.
Okay, thanks. All right. Department reports. Service department.
Nothing to add, Mr. Chairman.
Fire.
Nothing yet, sir.
Zoning.
Nothing at this time.
Legal.
Nothing, sir.
Administrator. Okay. Fiscal officer.
Request a resolution to certify the cleanup costs of the following properties. 1638 Madison Avenue in the amount of $406 and 34 Oakwood Boulevard in the amount of $406 as well.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
That's it for me.
Okay,
Thanks.
trustees, I need a motion to adopt a resolution to hire Tyler Young and Caleb Davis in the service department with a starting rate of $22 per hour.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I need a motion to adopt a resolution thanking and recognizing Toby Kalin for his 20 years of service in the Painesville Township Service Department and to accept his notice of retirement effective September 1, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So under home rule, for home rule resolution 2024-0001, adopting exterior property maintenance. This is our first reading of that resolution. Anybody to comment on that? Okay, hearing none. Do we close the reading or just move on?
That's, we move on.
Okay. All right, motion to schedule budget hearing for fiscal year 2025, the next regularly scheduled meeting at 11 a.m. on Tuesday, June 18, 2024.
So moved.
I was just verifying the
Just checking
date.
his vacation schedule.
I'm just verifying the date. And second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anything else? Okay, motion to adjourn.
Are we adjourning or are we gonna like recess to executive session?
No, not adjourn.
No, we're not going to adjourn.
So we're going to, what do we call it?
I know, I'm trying to.
I can't think of recess. So motion to enter a recess at 11:18 until approximately noon for an executive session.
And at which
Oh no,
case-
no, not executive session.
No.
Right, just convene at noon. Okay,
To consider a grievance here.
a grievance hearing. So
Is there a motion? So moved.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Did you get all that?
Aye.
Can you tell we don't recess recess often?